Hi everybody, it's been a while. I just wanted to take a few minutes to check in to see how everybody's doing with all that's going on in schools and with the kids. I also wanted to just take a moment to remind you of some things, and as we, are midway through the second semester of school, some of the challenges that your kids might be facing, particularly those who are gifted, are around executive function issues. One of the things that tends to happen as the year progresses is they tend to get physically, emotionally, and mentally fatigued. And so what you'll see is an influx of them doing things like forgetting even the smallest things, like they might forget to take their lunch, their backpack, their homework that they actually completed, which this could have been going on all year. And so this is just a part of those things that will allow them to have a sense of agency as they get older, that you want to help them to progress through, right? And sometimes they're going to be resistant to your help, but you still want to set them up for success. So you're going to have to negotiate some things. And one of the first things that I recommend that you do is help them create a system for getting things done. And whatever your categories are, if you want to help them to be more consistent and self-directed when it comes to doing chores, or if it's homework, or if it's time management, take it one step at a time. Let's speak to homework. So let's say your gifted learner is struggling to get things turned in, even if they do them. What I recommend that you do is you actually get a sheet of paper. You can type this out or you can handwrite it, make it neat, however you want to do it. If you're crafty, you can create Velcro on it, whatever works for you. Give them about 3 tasks that you help them create a system for. When it comes to doing their homework, we know that this is something that they're likely going to do every day, at least Monday through Thursday. So number 1 is have them use a planner. Have them write down their assignments. If they get them for the week, have them do this exercise on Monday so that they can take a look at what they have to do for the entire week. Have them write in their planner, number 1, all of their assignments, and have them think about how they can pace out the work that they need to get done over the course of the week so they don't get too overwhelmed. Number 2, help them to create a priority list for getting it done. So let's say they have history, math, and band to do. Let them decide which assignment they want to do first, second, and third. And as you help them to be the ones to identify what they want to have done, it's going to do a couple of things for you. It's going to make them feel like they have some control in this process that they really don't want to participate in. And it's going to help you to train them on how to do this a little bit more every day. Because right now we are like our kids' surrogate frontal lobe, right? Because we know that it takes them until they're in their mid-20s until this process is complete. So allowing them to create that priority list is going to help them make some strides toward goal-oriented actions or performance, however you want to say that. And then lastly, you need to let them have some sort of a reward for getting the things done that they want to. If we tie these activities that they don't want to do to something that they love to do, they will be more likely to get focused and to get it done, even if they struggle with it. And I just want to point out or just remind that a lot of times when our kids are doing the same things that we consider to be mistakes, like leaving their homework or not even doing it or doing it and not turning it in, it is so important to remember to have patience because they are not doing this on purpose. They don't want the stress of having to be constantly reminded. If you see this kind of thing going on, it's because there's a weakness somewhere when it comes to executive function planning. It could be with organizing, it could be with working memory. These are real issues. And so we want to be proactive in helping them to solve their problems. And we want to make sure that they're successful because some of these things they'll be able to do sooner rather than later on their own, and some of them they just won't. Like I said, we're serving as their surrogate frontal lobe. And so as we go through this process, one of the things that you want to do is write it all out. Like literally type up a check sheet. If you have a laminator, laminate it, put it in a list format so that they can check it off as they have gotten things completed. And they can take a look back at what they've done, and they can do this 5 days a week or 4 days a week. If you can start on Sunday, a lot of the kids' assignments, at least a general description, are going to be available online. Maybe you can take a look at Sunday, have them take a few minutes to write down everything in their planner so that they have a bird's eye view of what's coming up, and they won't be as surprised about what's to come. And you're creating a system so that it can be more and more automatic for them to do. Again, the first thing you'll want to do is help them to come up with a system for getting things done. Number 2, you want to help them create a priority list. And number 3, make sure there's some sort of desired reward at the end of this, because we want this to be a lifelong process and skill that they have acquired. You know, a lot of times our kids we see ourselves in our kids, or at least our spouse. There's that saying that, well, it's a saying that is sort of an inside joke with some administrators that I used to work with. We used to say that monkeys don't have elephants. And what I meant by that is sometimes a lot of the things that our kids struggle with, we struggle with. And so we just have to remember to be patient with them and compassionate. And we have to check our parenting style and make sure that we're not causing them undue frustration and stress, because they're going to get enough of that from the world, right? We want to come alongside them and coach them up on things that they can control, and make their experience at school and at home just a little bit better by just taking the time to create a system for getting things done. And this has been just one tip. We just focused on homework, on how we can help them to get that done. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. I hope that everybody is doing well and staying safe out there. Take care.